The first time I saw her, she was standing outside my bedroom window, staring in. But I live on the 15th floor. It was 2:14 a.m. I remember the time exactly because that's when the buzzing from my fridge stopped. Power outage. Everything went dead silent. No hum, no AC, just stillness. And that's when I saw her. A little girl, no older than 6. Pale skin, long black hair matted to her cheeks like she had just come out of water. She was standing perfectly still outside my window, hands against the glass, eyes wide. But I live in a skyscraper. There's no balcony, no ledge, just air. 14 floors of empty air between her and the ground. I didn't move. I didn't even blink. I just kept staring, heart slamming against my ribs. Then she raised one hand and tapped the glass. Tap, 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 3 times. Then she smiled, not sweet, wrong, the kind of smile that belongs on a broken doll. The next day, I convinced myself it was a hallucination. Stress from the divorce, loneliness, insomnia, until it happened again. 2:14 a.m. Exactly. Power flickered. Silence. And this time, I heard her. From outside the glass. A whisper. Muffled, but still clear. Let me in. I'm cold. I told building security. They checked the footage from the hallway, elevators, lobby, nothing. No one had come up. No break-ins. But the maintenance guy, Hector, pulled me aside later. Said something strange happened in this same apartment 15 years ago. A single mom and her daughter lived here. One day the girl went missing. They found her body wedged inside the laundry chute, 20 stories down. Head twisted, arms broken. She had climbed up to hide after her mom punished her. She got stuck. They say she died slowly, crying, calling for her mom. No one heard her. Now she visits people who live alone. Women, mostly. Always at 2:14 a.m. Always asking to be let in. I set up my phone on a tripod, hit record, sat in the dark, waited. 2:14 a.m. The lights flickered. The fridge went quiet, and she appeared. But this time, she was inside, standing by the foot of my bed, not smiling, not speaking, just watching. I screamed and ran, left everything behind. I moved the next morning, haven't been back. But sometimes, in my new place, the lights still flicker, the fridge still hums to a stop, and my phone records itself turning on. At 2:14 a.m. Last night, I got a voice message, a child's whisper. It's warmer in your bed.
I was already doing 85 miles per hour when I looked into the rearview mirror and saw someone sitting in my backseat. But here's the thing. I'd been driving alone for 4 hours. No stops, no pickups, no other cars. Just me, the empty road, and the cursed stretch between Ellie and Ulmo. No gas stations, no lights, just desert dust and darkness. I blinked, looked again, empty. Then the dashboard flashed. Rear left door, open. I froze. Then I heard it. Breathing. Heavy, raspy breathing coming from behind me. I screamed and slammed the brakes. The car screeched as it skidded sideways into the desert shoulder, kicking up a storm of dust. I didn't think. I jumped out. No phone, no flashlight, and just ran into the night. The cold air hit my lungs like broken glass. My heart thudded like it wanted out of my chest. I spotted a lone tree, twisted and dry, maybe 30 feet from the road. I crouched behind it, gasping for air, my ears ringing. Then, I heard footsteps, slow, crunching over gravel, coming toward me. I held my breath. Trembling, the steps stopped just a few feet away. I dared not look. But when I shifted my foot slightly, I slipped. I fell onto something cold, soft, human. I turned my head and saw him. A man's body, twisted, his skull caved in, blood soaked into the dirt. His eyes, still open, were staring right at me. I screamed, loud, a scream that tore out of my throat like it was alive. And then I ran. I sprinted back to the car, stumbling through dust and fog. And when I reached it, the driver's door was closed. The engine was still running, and in the back seat, he was there. The same man, the one I just slipped on, now sitting, smiling. I collapsed right there. Everything went black. I opened my eyes to flashing red and blue lights, sirens, voices. I was on a stretcher inside an ambulance. My head pounding. A paramedic leaned over me. "You're lucky you're alive," he said. "Someone found you passed out on the road." I asked, "What happened? How did I get here?" He hesitated, then told me, "A man was killed last night, hit by a car. We found his body near that tree. The weird part? The car that hit him. About 3 kilometers ahead, it crashed on its own. The driver, he died instantly. My blood ran cold. But what about me?" I asked. "Whose car was I in?" He looked confused. "There was no car when we found you. You were alone." And then I felt it, cold breath on my ear. I turned my head, slowly, and sitting right beside me on the stretcher bench inside the ambulance was the dead man, dried blood on his mouth, grinning wide, watching me, and the ambulance lights kept flashing.
It was 3:46 a.m. when I woke up to a sound I will never unhear. The sound of my front door closing, not creaking, not slamming, closing, slowly, like someone had just stepped inside. I lived alone, a tiny one-bedroom rental on the outskirts of Bakersfield. No pets, no roommates, and I had locked the door. I always locked the door. At first, I thought maybe it was a dream, sleep paralysis, but I sat up. I was fully awake, and then I heard it again. Footsteps, inside, slow, deliberate. He wasn't trying to be quiet. I grabbed my phone. My heart was hammering in my chest so loudly I could hear it in my ears. I opened the camera app instead of dial ING 911. Why? I don't know. I wish I had called. I turned on the front camera to use it like a mirror. And that's when I saw something move. Behind me, he was already in the room, standing half hidden in the darkness near the open bedroom door. His face was covered with what looked like a black cloth bag. No eyes, no expression, just breathing, loud and sharp. I couldn't scream. I couldn't even move. I watched, paralyzed, as he stepped forward and did something that still makes my stomach twist when I think about it. He waved, slowly, like he knew I saw him, like this was a game to him. 2 weeks ago, I had noticed weird things. My coffee table being moved, a spoon in the sink when I hadn't cooked. I thought I was just being forgetful, but I wasn't. He had been living in my crawl space, The police later told me he had probably entered through the attic vent behind the building. Small enough for a person. The kind of thing you never check. They also found multiple food wrappers, an empty water bottle, and a journal. His journal. The first entry, I like her hair. She wears it down when she's alone. The last one, tonight I'll finally say hi. I finally found the strength to scream. Not a loud one, a cracked, terrified sob. I hurled my lamp at him, missed, and ran. I don't remember grabbing keys or my shoes. Just that I ran into the street screaming like an animal. He was never caught. Not even with the footage. The security cam outside my building only caught one thing. Me, running out, and the front door, closing. Not slamming, not forced, just quietly closing. Like he never left. If you are still listening, thank you for surviving till the end. If this story made your heart race, your skin crawl, or your room feel just a little too quiet, like this video, comment below what scared you the most, and subscribe to English Speaking Tree for more spine-chilling true horror stories. Don't forget to hit the bell icon, because sometimes they're already watching. Until next time, lock your doors,